The American Airlines brand positioning in Europe is a little bit different from the US. It's really around discerning flyers who want to be treated like an individual. And that was something that came out very strongly in research. So this campaign puts together a nice setup where you see Kevin Spacey taking on different personalities, different personas, and that's effectively how the commercial comes to life.
He is the guy who is very particular about everything. His house has to be a certain way, his appearance is a certain way. He was all in black, he was wearing a tight-fitting black t-shirt, close black trousers and a black coat. He's driving a black Maserati.
The previous advert in the UK was using Kevin Spacey, but really he was just playing the role of himself and he was just being a passenger on the airline. And when we got this brief, we thought, wow, this is one of the greatest actors in the world. Wouldn't it be great to actually use him to act?
There are a million possibilities. So designing the characters, what they look like, what they wear, where they live, all the locations, their mannerisms, and then what we shoot with each one.
And then we have an older person who's a writer, who's maybe a little bit asthmatic, who's a bit of a hypochondriac. He's looking in the mirror, he's checking to see is he all right. He's got a bit of a back pain.
The old-fashioned thing as an actor would say, what's my motivation? So we had to give a bit of backstory to the characters so he could then find that part. He knew who he was acting. Rather than just being himself dressed up as a businessman, he then became that businessman.
It's quite weird because he is inhabiting those characters, and when you're talking to them, they are really, really different.
Yeah, let's do that. I can go all the way around. Do up and around. All right.
And then this one is far more relaxed, far more rock and roll. He is a music guy, he's got the longer hair, he's got the beautiful Malibu beach house, he's got the two beautiful kids, he's got the beautiful wife. It's a very, very different vibe. This guy is just really rock and roll, Malibu, California perfection.
So there's a number of reasons that we chose to shoot the commercial out here in California. Obviously, the LA area has got an amazing creative services industry which we can tap into. More importantly, we could economise from using the 777 interior, which was used for the domestic campaign. And then I think the other reason that it was great to come to Los Angeles rather than, say, New York, which is a city that we've used before for advertising, is because it provides a bit of variety, and the job of marketing and advertising for American Airlines in the UK and in Europe is really to provide some inspiration in terms of travelling to the Americas, and where better to do that than California.
Having an A-list Hollywood star, you can't really go wrong. You know, having a known face on the screen obviously has a huge impact on the shot.
When the viewer watches the commercial, I want a beat where they don't really know who that person is, and it's like, oh, it's Kevin Spacey. Oh, and that's Kevin Spacey. But that is too.
That's all I can tell you.
We have a demographic which is pretty sophisticated. We're looking at people who are travelling a fair amount to the US. This is an American that spends a lot of time in the UK. He's very much involved in the theatre and the Old Vic in particular in London. He resonates very well with our target audience as an actor, as a brand ambassador for American Airlines in the UK.
Part of the idea is to tap into that ability of Kevin Spacey to really play very different roles and really highlight the fact that we're a very welcoming, spirited airline that actually allows you to be who you want to be.
There's a great level of reassurance for everyone based in Europe that the business is prepared to invest in marketing specifically for a campaign running in the UK. The UK is the biggest market and most important market for us in Europe, and it's wonderful in fact that we've got a specific campaign for American Airlines in that country.
Where we really differentiate ourselves is in then add that ability to offer you the products and the services that you want.